Dun 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 dun. Hey everybody, it's me, TruePowerIsMine, and this is TPIM SR Live. Haven't had my coffee yet, y'all. Just got finished meditating. And what I want to talk about is the future. COPPA. What does it really mean to you? What is COPPA? What's it all about? Making child-friendly, I guess, entertainment for marketing dollars. First, they came for the child creators, content creators, then they came from everyone else. But I think they go for everyone equally. But at any rate, January 2020, I think the 20th of that month, YouTube will basically start purging all kid content from its site because of the law that the Federal Trade Commission basically developed to safeguard children's information from getting into the hands of advertisers, essentially, so that they can't market to children. Now, you have to remember, all this is predicated on the belief or, well, hold on. You know what? We might as well just go for the gusto. That's why I'm telling you right now. If you can download the videos, whatever shows, go ahead and download them while you can, because YouTube is about ready to get shut down. So is all social media, actually. So it doesn't matter if you run to wherever. You can't escape it. This is federal. But let's go here. We're going to have a lawyer explain it for us. And we're just going to kind of spice it up. No, buddy. We're not going to hear your bull.
I will not sacrifice the personal information of kids younger than 13 years old. But I see with this settlement, they basically surrendered to the FTC. Yeah, go ahead and sweep YouTube and look for our creators and sue them. I'm also tempted to feel hopeless.
Oh, hold on.
But I'm not.
Hold on.
15-year-olds. But the FTC or YouTube disagreed, and therefore they said this was kids' content, and therefore they are going to terminate your channel and they're going to sue you for many thousands of dollars. Can you imagine that? Are you going to stay on the platform and continue to make videos? I think a better question is, are you going to stay in America? Or YouTube should be barred from having kids' content on the platform. Facing big political pressure from these advocacy groups, as well as possibly the executive administration, the FTC filed a civil complaint against YouTube. It alleged that YouTube violated the 2013 amendment and that YouTube owed it $42,530 per violation of this amendment, and that YouTube should be forever barred from marketing to children who are under the age of 13 years old. YouTube settled this civil complaint in 2019 and forever changed the platform and creator and viewers' experience on the platform.
Now, in all fairness, I understand where the government is trying to go at with this concept to protect the children. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, who are Epstein's buddies? Meanwhile, at the ranch, who are the cardinals and bishops getting down? See, this is going to economically negatively impact so many creators out there. Now, I'm not one of them. Now, we already know my show's demonetized, and this is not geared towards no children or nothing like that. This is basically just life talk. This is geared towards young adults from 24 to about, 110. But it's so ambiguous the way this thing was written. Let's jump up here in the beginning a little bit. Hold on.
appropriate practices in commerce. The relationship between the same time, there is YouTube, who also wants to offer a platform for kids to get entertainment. However, they also need to make money, so they have to sell ads. And then there is the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, the government agency whose sole job is to protect U.S. citizens from unfair, fraudulent, and inappropriate practices in commerce. The relationship.
Now, there is no relationship. It's power. Okay? It's the power of the talismans, y'all. YouTube got a hit. They had to pay something like $100 million. So they're not playing. That's why the change for, and all you basic creators like myself, you guys seen it. When you upload videos now, well, here, let me just show you. Let's say I'm going to upload, see this right here. You're legally required to comply with the Child Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA. If your videos are made for kids, use the new upload tool to learn. Now, this is dangerous, man. You're required to tell. Show us your papers. This is no joke, man. People are going to get wiped out come January. So many brothers and sisters are going to be devastated. And wait till some actually get sued.
Here's $100,000.
Oh, look at this grease ball. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I just hate these gaudy commercials where they have these stacks of cheddar. This dumbfounded look on their face. And this is the driving factor. These ads are eroding one's civil rights and ability to create content that they find interesting. Nope. It's all talk about democracy. This is democracy. COPPA is democracy. It's when your republic rights of freedom of speech or your republic sense of privilege is eroded away because there is no republic. It's a democracy. And whoever has the most of these magical talismans in a democracy, they set the standards for life. In a republic, not so much. Let's because there's some other stuff I really want to get to as well.
I'm a lawyer. I read the law. I read YouTube statements, and I'm going to tell you what they're not telling us about COPPA. Because behind all the hidden secrets and the spin is the simple and hard truth. And that is, as of January 1st, 2020, thousands of YouTube channels are gone and created.
There it is. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Nerf guns. Bye-bye. Makeup tutorials. Bye-bye. Puppet shows. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, well, true, shouldn't you be happy now? Doesn't that make more of a market share? No, it doesn't. What we're going to witness is basically the fall of YouTube, just like we saw the fall of MySpace and the fall of Facebook. That's why these tools should not be one's sole source or one's only stream, because you have no control over it. Quite literally, you have no control over it. Let me see who's all in the chat room. I gotta open this up a little bit. Brother Raymond James, peace and power. Tate, Brother Shannon, and legendary, I think, ATS, peace and power. I noticed the people who are running this show, they don't get too craps about the children, but they do care about people who are putting out truths in unorthodox format. Could you picture if I cleaned up my act and everything was so, quote unquote professionally put together. I had little animations in my shit and all this and the other. They could almost say that this channel would be kid oriented and then wipe me off. Where's the outrage? Where's the protest? Because people are so wrapped up into their virtual realms, other people are just wrapped up into their natural life drama. No one sees what's really this thing's all about. You're about ready to go into a situation where you don't have to worry about having snarky ass little comments or trying to debunk some sort of whack job conspiracy theorists or their theories, because you won't even be afforded the opportunity to view them. And I doubt many of us understand, in order to go and promote our videos, I mean, you can be on a web page, right? You can have your video on web pages, but no one goes to the web pages. No one gives a shit. It's like it don't even exist. I mean, my God, people, you do realize there's damn near 7 web pages for every man, woman, and child on this. 7 different individual, unique websites for every man, woman, and child on this planet. So there's all kinds of information on the internet, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm not even talking about all the stuff on the dark web or the underweb. As above, so too below. Now we're seeing the corruption and debasement of the cyberspace, which is truly a virtual world independent of any of the limitations of the physical world, but yet the physical world is imposing its draconian will upon the cyber realm. DJ, peace and power. Peace and power. Love to your family. Hip Hat. The same dude who run the hip hop real YouTube. His name is from Def Jam. Let's look this feller up. But let's hear what the good lawyer has to say. I'll pull this up on like a different deal while the lawyer dude's talking. I don't like the music.
Creator, I hate to say this, but yours may be one of them. Let's hit this. I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. On this channel, I give you my thoughts and sometimes advice on all things social media.
This guy has a good little niche. He doesn't have too high of a subscriber base, but he does have a good little niche, being a lawyer and being able to talk. Oh, he built Def Jam. So this is the guy who, well, think about it. Then guess where all the marketers have to go to, because his shit marketed towards kids in the wrongest of ways. You want to get prostitutes and whores. Oh, here we go.
Hey, what's up? This is Anderson Paak, and I'm teaming up with Modelo, iHeartRadio, and International Wrestling Committee for Modelo's Fighting Chance concert series. Together with...
Wait. Did this commercial just say that this dude's hooking up with Moretto or whatever, Mardado, and that's a beer? It's for heart. Oh my God, this is disgusting. That'd be like, never mind. I don't even want to get into that today. Let's just skip that stupid ad. And oh God, not these people.
It was nothing. They were all unsigned. Right. And I put it together. It was a very unique moment.
This is who the main rappers give fellatio to, gal. That's the man. That's the Ed Buck. I'm giving my opinion. This is no news. I want to be honest. This is not a news portion. So, I can't say this is 100% factual. I can still, make jokes. Can't I? Can't I make jokes? Satire? Without being sued or put in some sort of penalty box. This man also built the Young Thugs. I mean, just look at him. You can see him. That's the face he's making when he's blasting in these rappers. Oh, you're gonna destroy more of your youth. But boss, no one's watching our shit. They're all going to YouTube and watching shit for free. I'll fix that for you. That's what he does. This is what this guy's about. Oh, crazy ass Dr. Spock looking motherfucker. Let's go back to the lawyer, because this man's name will not. The truth behind Slick Rick almost makes you wonder what happened to old boy's eye. You know, eye herpes is a real thing.
Today, we're talking about a story that involves 4 main characters. That is, there are kids out there who love YouTube. They love to watch fun shows on YouTube. There are creators out there who just want to give great programming to kids and earn a living at the same time. There is YouTube, who also wants to offer a platform.
Oh my God, would this guy get off YouTube's balls? I mean, he's stroking too hard. Oh, YouTube, keep me on. I'll sell your ads. I don't care. This is utterly disgusting. This is about as bad as these sycophants on this show. Let's hear what Cohen and everything I allegedly said is alleged. It's just my opinion. I'm just exercising freedom of speech. All right. In a satire way. It was a joke. It was a joke. So I don't want to, be the next Alex Jones victim.
In a lot of people's lives, including myself. And, only problem I had that night was Joey came off the stage before he...
Joey came off the stage. I can't make this shit up. These people are so diabolically sick, man. Let's just jump up. I don't want to hear about Joey coming on stages and bullshit. And I just stop it. When I stop these videos, they're at the most like perfect picture. And it's like I hunt the real sense of the subject matter. He looks like a dork here. He has somewhat of a speech impediment. I can hear it. When he was a child, I can already sense he was probably, picked on. And he found some sort of, friends in the Black community. But, he, being sick, twisted it and distorted it.
Fight to do that. So Google and YouTube was a natural. The world's most consumption of music happens on YouTube.
And so because I own a big ass company, I want to make sure that shit's shut down. These kids are watching my garbage and I'm not getting $1 for it. Because don't forget, most record guys, this is how it works. I'm the label. You guys come to me. Hey, Mr. True Power, bowing down and bullshit. Would you please check out my demo? I'm like, yeah, sure, boy. Next. I check out your demo. I'm like, man, we could probably make millions of dollars. So this is what I want you to hit him with. Joey. You're going to go over there and tell this dude, hey, look, we're going to sign you on. We're going to promote you. You might get, maybe 2,000-3,000 per show. You're going to have to travel. We'll take over your record sales. We'll take over your vending table at the events. For every record we sell, you'll get a quarter. And that's good money. A quarter. It used to be a nickel and a dime. And put them together, maybe 15 cents. And you get that royalty in perpetuity. That's these royalty checks that these people get. But this is all predicated that you actually have customers buying your physical merchandise. Whenever a little dude can put in earbuds, blip, blip, bypass your records, bypass your digital download streaming app, bypass all that garbage to get to the information that they want to enjoy. And that's all we're talking about is information. This is the key to control in the 20th, first or second or whatever century we're allegedly in. It's all about the carrot, which is entertainment or education or fuck it, even indoctrination, and the string, which is which platform do you utilize to access said information. What Coolio and the gang over here wants to do is streamline that right into their bank accounts. They want to make it to where there are no back doors. That's why I tell you about Torn. That's why I tell, because there's going to be a situation now, where you're going to have to go kind of underground if you want to get certain things. Please download this show, put it on DVDs, whatever. If you need a DVD copy of a show, hit me up on Patreon. I'll burn a DVD. I got a shit. I do it from time to time for people. Hold on. I got a whole stack of DVDs. Well, I just got these the other day, actually. I burned through a few. Yeah, but Brother John, welcome to the show, by the way. Peace and power to you. What good is having 5G if all it does is irradiate your sexual organs and only provide you with not mind-numbing content made by legit content creators such as Def Jam and the rest of these juke and jive operations that does not produce anything but dysfunction and destroys social cohesion. How many people went gangbanging and listening to colors, and all that old crazy ass shit? How many good brothers and sisters passed away trying to live a utter complete fantasy concocted by evil, sexually deviant small hats, perpetrated by buck dancing buffoonery and consumed by impressionable minds? It's a game plan that has worked over and over and over. Sister Alexandria, peace and power. Welcome to the show. It was Ronald Reagan and the CIA that used the crack in the hoods back in the day. There was the famous CIA director at the high school speech that got called out for that. Now let's hear him listen, because he's sitting there just having all kinds of machinations about Google and them.
So they should be able to participate in a healthy way. And if I could help bring the
in a healthy way. Man, come on, man. Hold on. Let's ask Google, man. How much damage has Def Jam and their products done to the Black community? Has hip hop done more harm than good? Garado Blast Rap. No. These are the wrong way. No, I'm talking about this straight up. Hold on. Let's do it like this. How many gangster rappers work for Def Jam? Def Jam. Oh shit. Say that like you have a speech impediment. Deaf. Culture of deaf. Def Jam. Jam is a hard spot. It's an uncomfortable place. So they're putting you in death by way of an uncomfortable place. That's what they're letting you know in their very name. Rappers, producer, blah, blah, blah. Old school, blah, blah, blah. Russell Simmons, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's Rick Rubin. Wow, doesn't he look like he would invite you over for dinner? Doesn't he look like he would invite you over for dinner, Brother David? Come on, I want you to come in here, son, and have a bite to eat with me. This freak smelling his beard. This is Def Jam. Mr. I want to be like Trump. Now he's dead. Mac and Miller. My God, look at this. Look at that. Doesn't even make sense, does it? When you look at that for real. Look at that. That's crazy. This guy looks like he's straight from Deliverance. Yowza balls, I'll make your music. Yowza balls. I mean, if I would have known all this back in the day. But such is life. You learn. You really learn. Oh. Fun rumor. Jonas Hill to play Rick Rubin and Death. Profit or no, he's profit making. Okay, let's go back. I'm digressing here. Let's get back to COPPA.
For kids to get entertainment. However, they also need to make money, so they have to sell ads. And then there is the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, the government agency whose sole job is to protect U.S. citizens from unfair, fraudulent, and inappropriate practices in.
Yeah, but they won't do it with vaccines. Oops. I probably got demonetized on that one. You know, everything's supposed to be, no, come on now. Let's see how schizophrenic this all is. Everything's supposed to be to protect the children, but yet we have vaccines that are known to do injury to kids, and you can't even sue the vaccine people. You can't sue the doctor who administered it. By law, you cannot. But yet, you can sue people who make videos who can be deemed, oh, this is made for kids, but it's inappropriate or some shit. I don't really get all that, other than kids' cookies. But the cookies that they're using, unless the machine is registered to them and it was purchased by them, wouldn't it be in the parent's name? I mean, in order to make an email address, wouldn't a parent have to set that up? In order to have a credit card to transfer funds, wouldn't you have to be over 18 to be able to get into contracts? See, when you start looking at this thing with clarity and sense of purpose, it all becomes perfectly clear what's going on. This is not and has not ever been about saving the children. It's only been about saving the profits and ensuring the power stays with who wills it now, today. They will use laws. They will buy people to write new laws to ensure that that continues. That's why Republic, once again, is so needed. Not a democracy. Because all these little plans within plans, schemes, always are being run by different human groups and different societies. See, all those rappers knew about Def Jam. They know about the small hats, every last one of them. But they don't rap about that in their songs. I often used to look at gangster rappers and think with amazement. You know, you thought that snitching or blowing your cover was like a punishment. But these guys, you know, this is a satire verse, you know, but it'll be like, I got my Glock. I went down the block. I saw a snot, and I popped and bop, bop, bop. And then I went by and got me a pop. And then I flippity flopped on the couch. And, you know, it's like they tell you the whole damn story. Dude went out of his house. He blew away, dude. Went down the store, got a bite to eat. And then he went back home and went to sleep. to a nice little beat. Now, I know that was a total gross paraphrasation of the situation, but essentially you get the gist. But how come none of those rappers were talking about, yeah, I got a small hat, put me on. He wants me to go down all night long, blah, 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 etc., etc. And they also own the government, so they got you. No, none of that. Always this clown stuff. The quickest way to get to jail, listen to my lyrics, you won't make bail, blah, blah, blah. This is what they use word and rhythm to produce a vibration, to produce a change in your frequency. That's how music works, y'all. Let the truth be told today. We have to get to the overstanding of this game. You're not going to win it, y'all. You're not going to. I'm sorry. The earth's been destroyed for a reason, time and time again. Like the old Cyndi Lauper song, time after time. And this time won't be any different. All I can say now is die with clarity of conscience, die with understanding of reality. So perhaps in the next life, you can utilize some of these principles and not get caught up in a trick bag. Because this is just madness. These evil, wicked individuals doing all these shameful things, no accountability. And like I said, if you stand up and you make too big of a funk about it, you're going to have a bad day, just like Epstein. You are going to be annihilated physically. That's what these people do. Don't forget, force is the ultimate validation of power. It's the derivative of all other authority in society. You play with that, you get squashed. You don't recognize that, you get squashed. You don't understand or comprehend that, you get squashed. Power don't need you to validate it. That's what makes it power. Now, peasants, freedmen, natives are just plain run-of-the-mill human being. It is time for your eyes to be awakened. It's time for you guys to start linking up. And it's also time for you younger folks to link up as well. Start making more children so that as the older ones pass on into the next realm, there will be new ones to replace us. But you need to instill in them a sense of a republic ideal that is free from political corruption and manipulation. There can never be a situation where national security or state interest supersedes the republic, because if you're not free, it doesn't matter if you're enslaved by someone you elect or someone who came over the hill and conquered you. Bondage is always bondage and freedom is always freedom. It's almost as if, once again, we're in this huge computer game and you have to join a guild or a clan or a team or you just won't make it. But these teams are not built upon righteousness. These clans are shrouded with hatred and deceit and misogyny and racism and a disgrace and heresy. But it's your life and it is your time that is the most valuable thing to self. That's why, from a natural point of view, ultimately, seeing how you're unwilling to fight back and you're unwilling to wake up, nature's not going to protect you from the poison in the food. The universe was unconcerned about the poisonous air you're breathing. All your ancient spirits and incantations cleans not one drop of polluted water. The only thing that can change it is the fleshly form, the spirit that operates the body, you. Acting in concert with others can evoke a true catastrophic change to the system. If you can convert the goons and the lower level administrators and see it is better for them to join liberation and the republic versus the other forms of governments, then that's the ultimate victory. The greater part of biomatter would be saved underneath that. But the way we're going now, it's inevitable. This world will be destroyed again quite soon in chronological time. I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm not saying 2 hours from now. There's going to be a missile exchange. I'm not saying none of that. But the writing's already on the wall. And this thing, just think for 1 second, brothers and sisters. How rich is your life because you have access to information that you find interesting, that you want to learn more about? The thing I used to hate about TV were commercials. I'm talking about the old school TV with the rabbit ears and aluminum foil on top and the lines, and you had to tune it in and shit. I hated the commercials. There was no way around them. Every commercial was non-skippable. Now look, it's that commerce and drive for advertising dollars that erodes your ability to express the way you want to be expressed. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to technology, if you truly don't want the kids on seeing the different sites, blah, 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 doing whatever they do, I'm assuming that these are parents who do not monitor their children's cyber activities. You can always do one simple thing. Stop paying your cable bill, stop paying your electric bill, and guess what? Those kids will not be online, and they are safe. Of course, they will grow up to be intellectual midgets because they won't have, no type of real, I guess, knowledge that they could potentially absorb, except for at home. And I'm not saying just because you don't have electricity and internet, you don't have knowledge, but honestly, in this day and age, you really don't. Most of the people who are running around the streets right now are complete morons, and they're quite savage. There's a lot of good people who do have it together, but they're too busy keeping their cover. They're never going to show that shit to you. So what is that left? Just a bunch of crazy, attention-seeking fools that would do outlandish things to get 4 or 5 seconds of fame and then go back into obscurity. COPPA is bigger than you think.
The industry and Google and YouTube together, it would be the greatest gift that I could give to an industry that has let me live the way I live. My kids went to college on Sucker MC. Think about that. I live.
Did you hear what the man just said? His kids went to college on Sucker MC, and Sucker MC's kid got nothing. And I'm going to get back to this industry that let me exploit all these black folks for all these years. Come on, let's say it like it really is. White people were buying that shit up, but black people were getting a social degrading from that behavior. And it made him live like a king, and his kids went to college. I love that he said that, man. Hold on, let's play that shit back again. Listen to the authority. So when he's blasting rappers in the face, unloading in their faces, this is the type of spirit he's emitting.
Able to participate in a healthy way. And if I could help bring the industry and Google and YouTube together, it would be the greatest gift that I could give to an industry that has let me live the way I live. My kids went to college on Sucker MC. Think about that. I live an incredible life.
Yeah, he did. See that? Did you feel the spirit? He's letting these fools, and this fool over here just looking down is like, damn, I'm never gonna reach his level, his status. This motherfucker with a speech impediment, and he has one if you really listen close, outshines this man. And this guy supposed to be the god, right? So what does that make this man? If he's supposed to be the god, and he will willingly bow down to this dude, what makes this dude? This is what I'm talking about, kiddos. Keep on playing your little games. Keep on understanding when people drop out code words, small hats, this and that. They're not saying what you may think they're saying. They're saying something totally different. And to answer all your damn questions, how come rappers and all of our entertainers don't get together and make an economic thing for us? Because this dude over here won't let them. That's why. This dude over here won't let him and these other people pull together. He would shut that shit down. And guess what? Within 6 months, they will be back out there just like any other brother and sister being kicked down the street if a person like him is having a bad day. That's the dynamics of this corporation. I mean, this country. That's what's never has been addressed and never will be addressed. I can concede that. And by conceding that just frees me. So now, whatever happens to this corporation, it is utterly because of mismanagement and not true adherence to righteousness and universal law. In other words, what goes around inevitably will come around. There will be a point in time in human history, unless this place is totally blown up again, that it'll be this dude sitting here talking about, my kids went to college on, I don't know, Elvis Presley. And people are like, ooh. Because that's the nature of this world. No one stays up forever, and no one stays down forever. There's always a flip and a flop. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Typically, it concludes in us destroying ourselves, almost. Always a handful. There's always a little secret bunker somewhere. So keep playing your games while you can. And I'm almost this sycophant. Let's hear what he has to say, and then we're going to wrap this thing up.
In commerce, the relationship between these four groups of people imploded in April of 2018. We're going to get to that, but first, you need some background. In 1998, the FTC adopted a new law called the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPPA. The purpose of this law was simple. They didn't want children who are defined.
You know, that is the way they use words is so horrible. COPPA. I'm going to cop a feel. Remember that saying, cop a feel? But let's say COPPA use it to protect the children. What about the vaccine, sir? Make sure this dude has a heart attack. Feed him some bad food. They're going to be ramping up in the next few weeks stories about food over processing. Hopefully, you guys will take heed. Hopefully, you'll start growing your own food with heirloom seeds, non-GMO. But really, honestly, folks, there's really not much you can do. I'm sorry. Without unity, there's not much you can do.
As being under 13 years of age to be able to give their personal information away, their name, their address, their phone number, put it on the internet, and then be subject to potential bad people and predators. The law was straightforward. Online services and social media platforms could not collect kids' personal information without the express consent of.
Now, think about this. If you really want to protect the kids, why not make it this law? If you're a parent of children underneath the age of 13 and they somehow access the internet, except for maybe at school, then you go to jail and you get fined. Oh, well, then that puts responsibility on the parent. Yep. And then you don't have all this legal mumbo jumbo that's going to utterly destroy so many people's base. That's why I never did get off into those kid videos. Brother Ken, peace and power. Welcome to the show.
Of their parents. In the next decade, it became clear that the biggest threat for information on the internet about children was not so much them actually typing in their name, their address, or their phone number, or their age. A lot of kids, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, didn't even know their own address. The biggest threat was actually web cookies. I'm sure you creators out there know what web cookies are, but just in case you don't.
This guy's such a sycophant. Web cookies are horrible things. Web cookies are what's used by hackers to get your shit. Web cookies are used to track you. Without the cookies, the NSA ability to zap and listen in and shit would be negligible at best. But this guy's going to go on to circle jerk and, web cookies are bread and butter, because he's purely looking at it as a employee point of view, because that's how you track web traffic, so you can divvy out ad money. Once again, the horrible specter of corporation and corporatism is right in your face. This thing is always and will be in this country about ensuring the corporations has the most advantage. It has the final say. Listen to what he's about ready to say. This is utterly disgusting.
They're files that are sent by online services, social media platforms, and websites, and are stored on our personal computers that contain our personal information, our name, address, phone number, sometimes credit card information, but most importantly, our browsing history, the way we click, what we click on the internet. We love web cookies because it makes our life more convenient.
Bullshit. It makes spying on your ass way more convenient. I love that pose. Look, if you think you do anything in anonymity on the internet, you're a fool. Straight up, you are a fool. Now, you can mask your IP to a certain degree, but somebody can go in there with a little more knowledge than you and find out exactly where you are, button, and get you. Talk to Ed Snowden and the rest of them about that. That other one, Manning. Cookies are not your friends. Now, if you're some sort of geek and you're like, oh, true, I don't ever do nothing wrong, and I don't have nothing to hide. Well, good for you, man. Heaven help you if someone wants to make you their patsy, though. Heaven help you if they want to make you their patsy, because they have all your information. How many people has been set up with DNA? A couple of drops of blood here, a little hair there. Some altered text messages. I'm going to come and get you. I never typed that, Your Honor. Bullshit. It's right here in your chat logs. Clink. To jail you go. Bye-bye. And don't forget, they don't care if it's 15, 20 years down the oh, well, there was an issue where this rogue cop was setting up people and shit. Oh, we'll let you out. Here's a couple of dollars. Get your booty hole fixed because you know you've been busted. This is the type of world we live in, where the adherence to righteousness and truth at best is just a sales gimmick. And because we lack the discipline and honor collectively, yeah, that's why universally this thing can only conclude in fire and sorrow. The Bible's right. There won't be no mashing of teeth because it's kind of hard to mash teeth when you're vaporized. Or I meant the Bible was wrong. And it says there will be mashing of teeth. I'm telling you, there won't be no mashing of teeth. You're going to be vaporized. You're going to be turned to ash. There's not going to be any evidence you was even here. So some jackass a few hundred years from now going to say, hey, these people didn't even exist. It was just a fantasy. It's always been like it is now. And that's the ultimate setup for control. Well, it looks like the live studio audience is waking up, as you can hear. So I'm going to end this right here. Hopefully this show is giving you something to think about today. This will include TPIM SR Live. Today's date, November 24th, 2019, the year of our Lord. As always, live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. Brothers and sisters, I sincerely ask you that you be kinder to one another. Peace and power, unity, victory, dignity, and respect. Liberation. I'm out.